Today, I'm filing applications for warrants of arrest before Pre-Trial Chamber 1.
We will bring you back to your fingertips. Meaning on that day, when Allah is so precise when it comes to our fingertips, how do you think the judgment is going to be? The judgment is also going to be ultimately perfect.
Brothers and sisters, just imagine for a second that you give £10 in donation and that £10 is used to buy food or bricks or whatever to help the people in Gaza. But then just imagine this amazing deed that you want to do, but we turn it into a money-making machine. How? The Waqf is exactly that. They take your money and the money that we are going to put in this Waqf, this building, and every single time the money generated from that Waqf, that building, is going to go to our Palestinian brothers and sisters for the next 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100, 150 years. And this will be a form of true Sadaqah Jariyah. Click the link below and donate.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters and dear friends. I was just out with my wife, just doing a little bit of shopping, alhamdulillah, and I got the news that the ICJ have declared they are doing an arrest warrant on Benjamin Netanyahu and his scumbag sideman. Here is the video, and I'm just going to come and mention something from Surah Qiyamah and why it's so important that we don't put our reliance and trust on the ICJ or anyone for that matter. Here's the video, inshallah.
Today, I'm filing applications for warrants of arrest before Pre-Trial Chamber 1 of the International Criminal Court in the situation in the State of Palestine. I have reasonable grounds to believe, on the basis of evidence collected and examined by my office, that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Minister of Defense Yoav Gallant bear criminal responsibility for the following international crimes committed on the territory of the State of Palestine from at least the 8th of October 2023. The crimes include starvation of civilians as a method of warfare, willfully causing great suffering, serious injury to body or health or cruel treatment, willful killing or murder, and intentionally directing attacks against a civilian population, as well as crimes against humanity of extermination and or murder, persecution, and allegations of crimes of committing other inhumane acts. It's alleged that these crimes were committed in the context of the ongoing armed conflict and as part of a widespread and systematic attack against the civilian population of Gaza.
So guys, what you just saw there, subhanAllah, for yourself. Brothers and sisters, wallahi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Fatiha, why does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, Maliki yawmiddin, the owner of the day of judgment? Why does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say that? Because He is telling us that He is the owner of that day. Not ICJ, whoever it is for that matter, and I'm not trying to speak either of them, can ever do true justice. And we know that. Yes, we know with their verdicts, etc., of false accusations that they have done towards Hamas of rape, etc., it's clear with that. So subhanAllah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that. Why is He the owner of the day of judgment? Because true justice is going to be served there. Why? Because if you look in the Quran, but in Surah Qiyamah, let me read it for you guys. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Qiyamah, with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most merciful, the very merciful, I swear by the day of resurrection, and I swear by the self-reproaching conscious that resurrection is a reality. Does man think that we will never reassemble his bones? Why reassembling the bones? Because, brothers and sisters, that day, do you really think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a God that is purposeless? A'udhu billah. There is a purpose of reassemble because there's going to be a day of judgment. Do you really think you're going to get away with the atrocities that you've committed in Gaza, Benjamin Netanyahu, and anyone that's doing evil or anyone that's wronged you? Do you think they're going to get away with it? Do you really think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to allow that all the evil these individuals have done, they're just going to get away, they're going to die, and it's going to come to an end? No. Why can we not do so? Why we are able to even put together His fingertips perfectly? Why is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioning fingertips? Because we have the fingertip, which is unique to every single one of us. The detail, the attention to detail, to even the fingertips. Allah saying, forget the bones, forget the flesh, forget the new. We will bring you back to your fingertips. Meaning on that day, when Allah is so precise when it comes to our fingertips, how do you think the judgment is going to be? The judgment is also going to be ultimately perfect because that is an attribute that belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The judgment is going to be absolutely perfect. And then, but man wishes to go on violating Allah's injunctions even in the future ahead of him. He asks, when will be the day of resurrection? So when will and then it says, so when the eyes will be dazzled and the moon will lose its light and the sun and the moon will be joined together. On that day, man will say, where to escape? Benjamin Netanyahu and all of you guys. Then you will say, where will you escape to? There's nowhere to escape Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's judgment. And I'll finish on this note. Never. There will be no refuge at all on that day, towards your Lord will be the destination of everyone. Man will be informed of what he sent ahead and what he left behind. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala deal with these people on this earth and in the hereafter. But wallahi, true judgment is going to be on that day. That day when we see it, and even Allah says in Surah Mutaffifin, that the believers will be on reclining sofas and looking if the disbelievers, the hostile ones, have been paid back for what they did. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Mutaffifin. So do not lose hope. Do not put your trust in ICJ or anyone. True justice is going to happen on Yawm al-Qiyamah, Maliki Yawm al-Din, the owner of the Day of Judgment, where no one will be intervening or trying to cheat justice. May Allah bless and preserve you guys, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.